Greetings everybody, it is morning and I'm just about to fly on the Airbus A380, the first inaugural flight, London to Abu Dhabi. I just had my morning coffee. I woke up earlier than the wake-up call and I had roughly 6 hours of sleep, which for an early departure is quite okay. Like, I feel very refreshed, I feel good, I feel energetic, so that will definitely help on today's flight. Because it will be needed. You know, it's the A380, it's the first time we're gonna fly it. Most of my colleagues, for them also, it's the first time that they're gonna fly this aircraft. And obviously it's gonna be a bit of a challenge because we're not really used to the galley, we're not really used to the cutoff points, the cabin, the service. Some of the things will be new to us, but nevertheless, it takes time to get used to such a work environment. I'm looking forward to it and I hope it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna let you know how it went, and at the moment I'll take my suitcase, my luggages, and we shall depart this hotel room and we shall go for the flights. Look at this huge aircraft. My inbound crew are gathered for an Etihad photo session to mark the special event. We took a couple of pictures as well.
Hello, welcome back, mate.
Yeah. It's boarding time. We had a little extra time on ground to get all things ready for our passengers. We're boarding from 3 doors, which makes it quite a nice experience for everyone. Even with the full flight, it's less crowded. Passengers were oftentimes surprised, as some of them didn't expect to fly the Airbus A380 today. Soon enough, we'll just take off and we will have the first flight with the Airbus A380. Yes, indeed. Now, even though I'm business class crew, during the flight I was working in economy. The reason is they need some experienced crew downstairs in the main deck to take initiative for the service, take care of the pilots, and so on and so forth. I didn't mind this position at all. After the flight, the captain asked all of us to go for a picture, and so we did. We all had a great teamwork on this flight and became friends. Okay, reached home, maybe a little bit tired, maybe a little bit. Alright, ladies and gents, flight is done. We have successfully landed back to Abu Dhabi. So it was not actually the first flight, but it was actually the second sector, because the first flight was Abu Dhabi to London and then we took the plane from London back to Abu Dhabi. It was still an inaugural flight, so it was just one of the first flights and certainly the first flight coming back to Abu Dhabi operating with a full set of crew and passengers. So the flight was fully booked. We expected that. It had also some media people and so on and so forth. And for many of my crew, it was the first time ever stepping on board the Airbus A380. Apart from, of course, the training in which you can visit the aircraft. This time they were flying it and we were flying it. We were operating it as cabin crew. Okay, some general thoughts about the flight. Well, we were a lot of us. The crew complement is way over 20s, mid-20s as the number of crew operating, so that's quite nice, plus the pilots. But of course the flight was full and we were not used to the plane itself, the galley, the way things work, the service sequence and so on and so forth. Obviously you have everything on paper, you study before the flight, especially on the first time aircraft. But nevertheless, some things you just have to practice over and over until you get right. But nevertheless, the service went smooth, everything went smooth, except we had a couple of medicals down in the main deck. One lady, she was feeling faint and she was sick and vomiting and so on and so forth. So those are some of the things that cabin crew have to deal with, and we are trained for it, and that was right. And we landed while managing absolutely everything the perfect way, of course. The flight itself was a bit challenging, but nothing that we cannot handle. Interesting part about this is I am trained for business class, but I was working on today's flight in economy. The reason for that is they actually need 2 business class crew to be downstairs in the main deck in economy on the Airbus A380, because we have more experience, and you know, we add that plus of experience to the other crew. Basically, I think that's the main reason. One will be in the front, which is me. I was in the front of the deck, the main deck, and the other business class crew was in the back, working with all the other economy crew and the cabin senior together. Of course, upstairs, the business class, and in the first class in the residence, we have business class trained crew and first class trained crew. So yeah, we took a lot of pictures, full of pictures. You can check those on my Instagram. And all my colleagues were really hardworking, great people. And also, I believe I will work with many of them from now on, as I will be Airbus A380 trained. And I am Airbus A380 trained. And then we will fly quite a lot together, those that are trained on the same type of aircraft. Shout out to the pilots as well. Many words of appreciation. The captain actually gave us a big tray of those sweets, cookies and everything that he made up from different sources. And that's one of the interesting facts, you know, sometimes cabin crew and pilots, you know, we do nice things for each other. We have some chocolates, some sweets, we share them, you know. But nowadays everybody's on diet anyway, nobody wants to eat them. Nevertheless, great flight. I hope you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. And tell me your opinion about this whole event. Until next time, ladies and gents, see you on the next one. Bye bye.